Brothers Bistro. Recipes so simple, even a dude can make it. Hi, I'm Skinny Kenny.
And I'm not Musclehead Kev.
What are you doing here? Welcome to Brothers Bistro. We've got a guest chef today.
Yeah, so since Kevin's out fighting fires and saving lives, his other half is here to
I like to
save the
say
day.
better half.
Okay.
Right? And we've got our YouTube channel is on fire, man. We're over 260 subscribers.
Woo!
So make sure you hit the notifications, hit the thumbs up, give us, all that stuff.
All that stuff. Smash the bell.
Exactly,
There you go.
exactly. All right. So, but we brought a guest chef today because we're going to do something super special. This is a fall-inspired recipe that's vegan.
That's right.
What?
So every year, we've had 4 kids. I've made dinner and a pumpkin every year on Halloween. That's been our tradition. And this year I've always tweaked it to make it Spanish or Italian or whatever. This year I decided, let's try making it vegan. So this time we have a vegan version, just as delicious, of dinner and a pumpkin.
I can't wait to see it and taste it and smell it and all that stuff. So this is going to be super fun. When we come right back, we're going to have the ingredients laid out. Hopefully it's simple because that's part of the Brothers Bistro thing. Hopefully it's easy to cook. I think it'll be pretty easy to cook.
Yep.
And doesn't use a lot of implements, is what I understand. So I'm excited. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Well, that doesn't look too complicated.
Nope, not very many ingredients at all.
So we're starting over here with what's going in the frying pan, because normally the beef or chicken or whatever you're putting in the pumpkin has to be cooked.
Right.
But in this case,
You're just browning it.
Yeah.
You're just browning it to
Yeah.
give a nice flavor.
Okay.
And even if you're not vegan, maybe you just want to cut back on your red meats. This is great for that too. So
and it'll taste yummy.
it does. It's delicious.
And so what we got here is we got bell peppers, onions, Beyond beef,
ground.
Beyond sausage, because we're going to mix them together, give it a little Italian thing.
You can do all one or all the other, but I kind of like them half and half.
Nice.
And you notice this is all pre-chopped for you, so super easy.
Right. And olive oil, that goes in first, I guess, huh?
Yes.
Okay, and then the minced garlic.
Yes, minced garlic also just took out of the
Okay,
jar.
and then once that's all browned up and ready to go, then what?
Then we add in the riced cauliflower, which is something that I switched. Usually these dinner and pumpkin recipes have rice in them, but I put in riced cauliflower, just as good, a lot less carbs. And then some diced Italian tomatoes, so it's got basil, garlic, and oregano, and then some McCormick's.
That's
Italian
right.
Seasoning.
We're still looking for that endorsement deal, McCormick's.
And some rice vinegar.
Nice.
Then
Okay.
we'll put that in there. We'll just let it simmer for a while we...
Prepare the pumpkins.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you some special tricks about the pumpkins, but right now we're going to get ready to go to the frying pan. So we'll be back in just a jiffy.
We're back.
Yeah, we are. Look at that. Okay, let's show everybody that bad boy.
It smells
Turns out pretty
really
good.
good.
Tilt it that way for that camera so he can see it too.
There you
Woo!
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks super yummy. So you actually said a couple of things off camera that were pretty key
Okay,
here. So
all right.
walk us through this.
Okay, so first you want to put the oil in and cook the onions, peppers, and garlic to get them a little bit brown and to get the water cooked off. Then you add the meat and you cook that and just get that nice and brown too, because the browning is part of the flavor, right?
Right?
Now,
We love the flavor.
oh yeah, definitely. The other thing is, if you did want to substitute like regular beef or ground turkey or ground chicken, you totally can do that, but you would have to cook the meat separate so that you can drain all the fat
Right,
off.
right.
Because this stuff doesn't have any fat and hardly, well, it does, but
Yeah.
very little.
So now that we've got this all browned up, we're going to go kind of round 2 on the stove.
Yes.
We're going to add in the
Italian
tomatoes.
Yum.
That poured out pretty nice. And some Italian seasoning. And this is the rice vinegar.
Vinegar.
And the cauliflower. Just dump it all in there, huh?
That's it. I'll dump it in, stir it around. Now we're just going to bring this to a quick boil and then turn it down to low and let it simmer while we...
We're going to work on the pumpkins. And we got a special treat for you on the pumpkins. So when this is simmering, do you do that with the lid on or the lid off, or does it matter?
Well, I would do it with the lid off and just make sure it's real low and watch it so it doesn't burn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we might be a while with
Yeah,
those
so we
pumpkins.
might want to put the lid on.
I haven't carved a pumpkin in I don't know how many years.
Now,
So
if you were using regular rice, this would take way longer because rice takes a long time to cook. So this doesn't really.
and you would probably cook the rice separately and then add it in?
No, you can just simmer it all
Okay.
together, but it just takes
Takes
like
a long
45
time.
minutes.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we come back, we're going to have the pumpkins out. We'll have this stuff on the stove simmering away, and we're going to show you a few tricks. We'll be right back. Okay, we got some pumpkins now, baby.
All right.
So what do we do with these things, Mel?
All right. Well, if you've never carved a pumpkin before, it's not that hard. But here's my little tip: get these little tools, pumpkin carving tool kits, because these little teeny knives work way better than your kitchen knife at carving your pumpkin.
And Pumpkin Masters, you are the #1 selling brand. So if we're looking for an endorsement. If you're looking for some reps, we're ready to go. All right, so what do we do first?
And then this is a good scooper that works a lot better than your spoon, but we'll show you that in a minute.
Okay.
So what we just want to do is cut the top off of this. Try not to break our little handle off. The one key to this is that you don't want to cut them straight up and down because then when it's baking, it'll just fall in. So you want to cut it at a little bit.
Oh, that's a
angle.
good tip. That's a good
That's the only tip. Other
Do
than
I start with this hole punch thing, or does it matter?
You can. I just poked the knife in there. It works too.
Okay. Poke that in there.
Around our circle.
All right, here we go. It's a race.
If you're a perfectionist, you could draw a line on first. Otherwise, just go to it.
Okay, here we go. I got a tool malfunction. Wow, this is harder work than it looks like. Okay, I'm around the corner. I'm halfway. How are you doing? Wow! You weren't talking. You were busy sawing.
All right.
Keep going.
Okay. So the next step is to pull your lid off. And again, you want to kind of be careful not to pull your nice little handle off. And so the next thing's going to be pulling all the guts out.
Ugh.
And these things really work better than a spoon. So you're just going to go over a trash can and scrape the stuff off like that.
Okay.
All on the
I
inside.
know. I discovered a little tip. My stem is kind of curved, and so when I pulled it the curved side towards me, and it kind of popped right out, which was kind of cool.
And then if you're so inclined, if you clean these off and roast them, they're delicious.
The seeds.
Yeah, pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
Roasted pumpkin seeds are great.
All right. So now we got to get all that gook out of there?
Just scrape all the gook.
Holy cow.
Well, littler ones are a little harder if you can get your hand in there.
Oh, and you were going to tell us about the
That's
difference between the
right.
pumpkins.
Okay.
So this is a pie pumpkin?
These are pumpkin pie pumpkins, yes. You can use jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. It's okay. I've done it before. They just don't taste quite as good because jack-o'-lantern pumpkins are just bred to be big and nice shape, whereas these are actually bred for flavor.
Oh.
So, and I just think it's kind of fun too because each pumpkin serves 2 people. So if you have, you can cut it in half and each person gets a half a pumpkin.
It looks
seed.
nice. So we're going to clean up these and we're going to come back when we start to fill them with the filling.
That's right.
We'll be right back. Okay.
All right.
So we got the pumpkins and we got the filling. Now we're just going to shovel this stuff in there, right?
That's right. I kind of made a little division here so we can put a third in each one.
So a third in each one.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And just scoop that baby in. See?
All right.
Okay.
So the last thing we didn't talk about was we're going to put this in the oven, but we're not going to put them straight into the oven like this. We're going to put them on a cookie sheet so that if they bubble off or anything like that, it doesn't, end up getting into your oven and make a mess. So we're going to put these into the oven at 350 degrees. How long do they stay
an hour,
for?
45 minutes to an hour. It's less for smaller ones. And you're just going to kind of squish them and see when they feel soft and squishy. You could also take a fork and poke them and see when they're nice and
It's the
soft.
shell, the pumpkin that you're
It's
actually
the pumpkin,
feeling.
this part of the pumpkin that you want to be really nice and squishy and soft.
Okay, so we're going to do that, and we'll be right back. Wow! Did you hear that?
Yeah!
That's the oven timer, baby. All right, so we got to get this bad boy out of the oven.
All right.
You're the fireman's wife, so
right,
go into the fire.
And since we live in the mountains in bear country, I got some special mitts here. This is so I can handle hot things with my bare hands. See what I did there?
Yeah. Can you get it?
I think I can.
Okay.
Follow the glass.
Ooh, they're brown. They kind of turn the
Look at
brown kind of color.
All right.
Nice. Okay. So let's
right.
just take one.
Put her there.
Wow, it's steaming. Okay, so
right.
guide me through this. So the lid
So
comes
we can
off.
Take the lid off
Okay.
now.
Ooh, it smells good.
And
we just cut it right down the middle.
Yeah, but I think we're going to need something to pick it up with a little bit. So
Okay.
something. Maybe this one.
Okay. All right, I'm going to start carving. Ooh, it's
All
soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Good. All right.
got
Ooh,
some
it's a little
juice.
heavier than usual. Okay. So I'm just going to try to keep all this stuff in there.
I see. You just,
Put it
oops.
over there. Whoopsie. There it goes.
So that's one, and there's the other one.
One.
Nice.
All right.
Awesome. Let's get this out of the way. Let's
Okay.
pull these in.
Now, I don't usually, but you could.
Cheese it up. We got to get some cheese.
All right, you could.
Oh, no.
You forgot the cheese. All right,
No cheese. No
Nope,
cheese.
mind you, it's not vegan now. So if you want it to be vegan, you gotta have
That's right.
vegan cheese.
Can't
so
have,
no
yeah.
cheese. So
Can't
there
have
we
any
go.
cheeses
All
either.
right.
All right, but we only have. Let's see. I got
Works,
you got a
All
spoon.
right, that'll work.
I got a spoon. You
All
got a
right, so
spoon.
just get a little bit of
So we get a
pumpkin
little bit of
with it.
pumpkin. Okay.
Yeah.
With the meat, or not
Yeah,
meat,
it's
but
really hot though.
near meat.
Meat-ish. Meatless.
It's got a good taste. Super yummy, and I can tell the Italian seasoning.
And pumpkin's yummy too, huh?
All right, so hey, this wasn't too bad. It took a little while, but it was mostly us just sitting around waiting for it to bake.
Right.
So if you like this recipe, give it a try. Tell us in the comments that you've given it a try and if you liked it.
That's
So that's it.
That's it.
Brothers Bistro. Out.